Hello. Good evening. Before we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to take a moment of silence to express our gratitude to God and to all the parties whose efforts contributed to the Village of Woodbury being designated as lead agency for Ace Farms annexation. As we proceed, let us continue to persevere with wisdom and unity and in the work that lies ahead. I would also like to take a special moment of silence to remember our friend, Mike Queenan. Thank you. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome to the town board meeting this Thursday evening, October 16, 2025. For those that are visiting for the first time, I'd like to introduce the board and the town clerk. Here tonight we have Council Member Brandon Calori. Next to him is Council Member Sandra Capriglione. I don't know why I still do that. Then we have Council Member Kelly Rinaldi, Deputy Supervisor Teresa Luongo, and to my right is Town Clerk Nicole Young. I'm your Town Supervisor, Caitlin Cheney, and thank you all for attending the town board meeting. We will open the floor for public comments on agenda items only. We'll start with the first row. Next row. Row behind that. One behind that. And last row. All right. Next we'll move on to administrative business, acceptance of minutes. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the receipt of the minutes of the administrative town board meeting held on October 2nd, 2025?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion
I
passed.
abstain. Who abstained?
Sandy.
But you received the minutes, it's just.
I received them, but I try to watch the meeting and go through the minutes, and I haven't had time.
It's just received the minutes, but if you
Next
insist.
is approval of abstract 19. Nicole, can you please read abstract 19 for this meeting? I know you were waiting for this all day.
Yep, to approve abstract 19 containing vouchers 251766 through 251844 totaling $333,491.14.
Sorry, it was the budget modifications. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the abstract 19 as read?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is modifications to the 2025 budget. Nicole, can you please read the modifications submitted for the 2025 budget as prepared for this meeting?
Yes, bear with me because there are many. So for the library, we are increasing L 7410.400 contractual expenses by 1,090, L 7410.407 legal by 3,000, L 7410.410 building maintenance by 3,000, L 7410.411 office supplies by 1,000, L 7410.428 children's programs by 5,000, L 7410.430 travel by 400, and L 7410.438 books by 2,000. They are decreasing L 7410.100 personal services by 12,900, L 7410.202 automation by 1,000, and L 7410.437 AV equipment supplies by 2,000, and L 7410.435 books by 2,000. Then we have for ticket issue, increasing A 7110.433 ticket issue printing by $493.11, and decreasing A 7110.431 summer supplies by $493.11.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the modifications to the 2025 budget as read and explained?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is acknowledgement of resignation for S. Johnson. Can I have a motion and a second to acknowledge Sarah Johnson's resignation as Woodbury Library Director, which was effective October 3rd, 2025?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. The town board and I wish Sarah all the best as she starts a new chapter in her life. Next is appointment of Police Sergeant R. Sinclair. Can I have a motion and a second to appoint Ryan J. Sinclair as Police Sergeant effective October 11, 2025, at the hourly pay rate of $62.1644?
Motion.
I'll
Second. Kelly.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. I want to congratulate Officer Sinclair, now Sergeant Sinclair, on getting his promotion. It was a very difficult decision. We had an amazing group of people. All the officers in Woodbury are absolutely incredible. It was a hard decision, but Sergeant Sinclair has shown such an incredible ability here in Woodbury, and, you know, just standing side by side with him, with Kelly, you know, when we dealt with the evacuation and stuff, he just absolutely amazed us, and, you know, I'm really proud of him, and he deserves this role, and so this whole board, from us to you, Sergeant Sinclair, we congratulate you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Next, we'll move on to old business. Update on Ridge Road. As town engineer Pinton Garrow explained a few weeks ago, the Department of Transportation delays occurred due to continuous project managers changing at DOT. Consequently, resubmittal of the bridge design and geotechnical reports were required once again. Pinton Garrow responded to the Department of Transportation on Thursday, October 9, 2025. The following 3 documents were submitted. 1, a transmittal letter. 2, design report comments, and 3, updated initial project proposal and final design report. Now the Department of Transportation has approximately 2 to 3 weeks to respond to us, estimating by the end of October 2025. The group collectively met with the Department of Transportation at the end of September, and the DOT manager stated to those present, the town could not go out to bid until the town receives an official release from the Department of Transportation. Can I have a motion and a second to rescind authorizing the town clerk to advertise for bids on Ridge Road Bridge, which was previously announced at the September 18, 2025 town board meeting?
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Now we'll move on to new business. The schedule a public hearing for the preliminary budget November 6th. Can I have a motion and a second to schedule a public hearing at 6:30 on November 6, 2025, and authorize the town clerk to advise in the Times Herald paper?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? On that day, the board will entertain public comments on the 2026 preliminary budget. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Who's second? Sandy. Next is update credit card authorization library, Kate Neely. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize generating a new town credit card assigned to the library employee, Kathleen Neely?
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is to authorize consultant fees for L. Breslin. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize Laura Breslin to consult for the town assessor, Sue Spectry, as a needed basis at the rate of $75 per hour?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is to advertise and schedule interviews for the library board. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize the town clerk to advertise for the library board of trustee volunteers and for all applicants to be submitted to the town clerk by November 6th of 2025?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. September 2025 department head reports, committee minutes. Supervisor's report for September 2025 is submitted. Nicole, please read the supervisor's report for September 2025.
The supervisor's report had receipts totaling $259,256.19 and disbursements totaling $1,609,111.66.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the September 2025 supervisor's report as read?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Then for the month of September 2025, we also received additional reports submitted by the town departments and committees, and they are as follows. The town clerk's report for September 2025, animal control report for September 2025, police communication report September 2025, building and grounds submit weekly reports to the town board, Park and Recreation Committee minutes September 16, 2025, library director's report for September was not submitted. Library board minutes covered the following: late August special meeting on August 25th, 2025, regular monthly meeting which took place on September 19, 2025, special meeting on September 25th, 2025, Unification Committee, no September meeting, and budget versus actual September 25th. Now we move on to public comments. Does anybody from the public have anything they would like to say? We'll start with the first row. Second row? Row behind that?
Janine Cortese, Woodbury resident. So during the last town board meeting, my husband brought up Clara Rivera doing the banking for the library and getting paid overtime to do so. In the past, this has been the responsibility of the supervisor. I'm curious as to why she's getting paid overtime to do this now?
So it wasn't for the supervisor to do. In the past, Nina actually would bring in the deposits for the bank, and so now Clara does that. And usually she leaves like a half hour early to do it, but if things happen and time takes too much, then she brings it down after.
Does she use her own vehicle?
Yes, I
she does.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the last meeting, comments were made to Maria Hunter regarding having the beautification committee meeting at Village Hall. According to the supervisor, this was an insurance issue. Being that she's working overtime and still covered under the town while using her personal vehicle, if she were to have an accident, the potential cost for the town and taxpayers could be astronomical. Why are there no insurance concerns when it pertains to this?
I can get back to you with that if you like, but like I said, this is how it was done. Nina did it, and now Clara does it for the library.
I believe that Tom Burke used to do it the last time.
When I was working with Tom Burke and he was on the board, Nina was the one who brought in the bank deposits.
Okay, also, every single town board meeting that she attends, she's getting paid 3 hours overtime. Is there a reason that she's at the meetings?
Is this comments or is this questions?
This is, I can ask questions, can I?
You can ask questions and then I can get back to you with your comments
Oh,
later.
that's fine, you can get back to me if you don't have an answer. Okay.
I'm just saying, this is becoming a back and forth and this is public comment.
Yes, I'm making comments. If you would like to respond to me via email, that's fine. I can send you my email.
That's perfect.
Okay. Are you okay?
Honestly-
You're making noises behind me.
No, I'm not okay.
Okay.
I'll be very honest.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Okay. I also find it very interesting that from 2020 to 2025, she's received 33% in raises. That seems pretty excessive. I attended the first day of the budget meeting and listened to the board discuss cuts needing to be made all around. I think it's important to be conscious of all money being spent, including overtime and raises, considering how restricted our budget is. That being said, it would have been more appropriate to give yourselves 2% as per state recommendation instead of the 5% I hear that's recommended. I believe cuts are very important, but they need to be made all around. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody in the next row? Back row? Oh, sorry.
Since the Barbara had enough, I was just going to go with the budget, seeing the amount of the payrolls, and I checked it on See-Through New York, public website where everyone can check. I'd just like to ask the board, why is it like this in Orange County that town of Woodbury board is the lowest paid supervisors in all of the towns in Orange County? If there's any reason to this, why we're paying less than all of the towns?
Thank you. Anybody in restroom. Back row.
Also, just on that website that Pink is mentioning, I've looked at it numerous times, Kate's salary is drawn on there, my salary is drawn on there, so you can't, it's not, so you can't definitively go by that. Like, hers is close, mine is nowhere near what my salary is.
I'm actually still checking it right now, since the state is not accurate with numbers.
No, so mine on there says 67,000, I only get 61,000. So mine's actually a lot less than what it is on the state website. Thank you. Anybody in the back row? No? All right. Sorry, Nicole, I'm stealing your microphone since mine is buzzing way too loud. All right, department and board head comments. So Maria's not here anymore. Joey, do you have anything?
I just have one thing, this Saturday up at the, dog park from 11 to 12, we have our second annual, Halloween costume dog, party. So we have some prizes for winners. Last year we had like 6 or 7 dogs. Hopefully we'll get a few more this year, but if anyone's interested, come on up. So between 11 and 12 at the, dog park at the Res. And the following week, on Saturday, we have our Halloween up at the Res. It's a nice event, probably start around 2 o'clock and it'll probably end around 10 o'clock with the haunted hayride. So, thank you.
Thank you, Joey. Chief Watson, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Where's the feedback coming from?
There's speakers.
All the microphones.
Turn your microphone.
Maybe turn them off, yeah.
Turn it
I
off.
want to thank you guys for the appointment of Ryan Sinclair. Ryan's been with the department 2018. Subsequent to that, he was with the NYPD, so I appreciate you guys unanimously appointing him to supervisor. I want to thank the board members for coming down and observing the interview process. I do appreciate it. Ryan has opted to have his promotional ceremony at the PD and not here in the town hall, and we'll do that at a later time. So we might need you, Nicole, that night for that ceremonious swearing in, but other than that, that's all I have.
He did sign an oath book today, but.
I know he did, but
Yeah, that part,
we
yeah.
may do it at the PD. He wants to do it with his family and his police family, so.
Love it.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Congratulate him again.
I will.
Attorney Roy Brady.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll go down. Councilmember Clory.
As always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Once again, please join us on Saturday, November 8th at the Res for the Orange County Special Olympics Polar Plunge. Teams are still forming. We've got lots of schools starting to join up, which is great to see. I think we got Washingtonville, Chester, Minnesink, and they're starting to really come in, so it's great to see all the teams start coming in. You can create your own or support the athletes by making a donation, and I'm very happy to say that to date, we have raised almost $20,000 just for this particular event. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate the support. The athletes appreciate the support, and we're on our way to our goal. Every dollar raised directly supports the Orange County Special Olympics athletes right here in Orange County, which gives them the opportunity to train and compete in events year-round at no cost to their families. To learn more or register, please go to events, events.nyso.org and take the plunge, make a difference, and help us cheer on these incredible athletes. And as a side note, I'd like to welcome Teresa Luongo to Team Woodbury. Thank you for joining, Teresa. Teresa joined me last year and took the plunge, so thank you very much,
I held the
Teresa.
towels.
Hey, listen, you know, everyone's got a part to help. We appreciate it all.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
I'm not going to the cold water. All right, Councilmember Capriglione.
Thank everyone for coming out tonight. I don't have anything for tonight.
Councilmember Rinaldi.
I want to thank
everybody for coming out tonight. Once again, I want to congratulate Sergeant Sinclair. Great person, really works hard at his job, and very proud of him. As for everybody else, it's, you know, coming up with Halloween, October. Just want to remind everybody that, you know, the little ones, they start around 3 o'clock. So when you're driving, please remind your teenagers. I know I had this discussion with my son last night, who's 17. Make sure you don't go over 30. Make sure you pay attention to the sides of the roads. There's kids that get excited, they want to run out. Parents, reminder to hold on to your kid's hand, and reminder to always check the candy, because you never know. And that's it.
Thank you. Deputy Supervisor Luongo.
I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, as always. Again, I would like to say congrats to Sergeant Sinclair. Kate and I were part of the interview process, and everyone that interviewed did a great job. And I'm very happy to have him as sergeant. Saturday, October 17th, the library is having an event at the Central Valley Library branch. It's a stuffed animal sleepover. I think this was really cute for the kids. So kids can bring a stuffed animal for a stuffed animal sleepover. So the kids aren't sleeping over, it's just the stuffed animals, and they get to tuck them in. And they're gonna do crafts and a PJ story time, and then they come back the next day at 10 a.m. from 10 to 11 for another story time. So you need to register. You can go onto the library website, woodburypubliclibrary.org, or call 845-928-2114. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Friday into Saturday. On Saturday, October 18th, Climate Smart is doing a plant swap at St. Pat's Church. So you can bring a pest-free, beautiful plants, up to 3 per trade. I think that's a great idea, especially if you're a big plant lover and have a green thumb. And they're also at similar times, that's from 11 to 1. Then from 10 to 2 at St. Pat's parking lot, there's going to be Junk in the Trunk, which is a mobile yard sale. So you can bring your yard sale and recycle items that you can sell or give away from your car. So there's lots of great events going on in Woodbury. November 4th, Election Day. If you're registered to vote, get out to vote. Very important. And that's it. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Town Clerk Young.
I had the opportunity to congratulate Ryan Sinclair in person this morning, so that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Again, I also would like to congratulate Sergeant Sinclair. Like I said, I think we have one of the greatest police departments here in Woodbury, and I'm not saying it just because I'm the supervisor here in Woodbury. I'm saying it because I have single-handedly dealt with almost every single one of those officers. I, was able to spend a lot of time with them, do ride-alongs. Each one of them impressed me so much with the way that they handle things. You hear people say, oh, they're just a town cop. They're not town cops. They are people who go above and beyond, and they know how to deal with extreme situations. And, like I said, my experience was personal with Sergeant Sinclair. The night that Kelly and I were at the Association of Towns and we got the call about the evacuation at Timber Ridge, we went up there and I was met with Sergeant Ferrabacci and Officer Sinclair, and they had all the houses evacuated along with the fire department. The ambulance was there, Central Hudson was there, and at one point, Kelly and I were like, how can we help, whatever, and Officer Sinclair was like, all right, huddle. And so I go to walk away, he was like, no, you too. And, to make me feel a part of that emergency, response situation, he knew exactly what to do along with Sergeant Ferrabacci. They knew who to call. Chief Watson got on the scene, had called the school district, but it was so organized. And I know I talked about this before, it's like a perfect symphony. Like, I may not know how to do the violin, but somebody else does. And everybody took their part and they handled the situation perfectly, and nothing happened to anybody. And seeing people in such like a leadership role, and then being able to have these interviews, I had personal experience that I could drive on in seeing them. So it made it very difficult for us to make those decisions, but at the same time, we had the personal experiences to know, and I'm so grateful, I'm so proud of him, and I look forward to being able to see him at the police station and be able to do this, so people don't accuse it as photo ops or, anything political. It's just a shame to take that away from a sergeant, and that leads me into my next is, this last meeting before Election Day, I'm very grateful. It has been a hard road, and it has not been a pretty election, and it has been a lot of mudslinging, a lot of nastiness, a lot of people coming and bickering and throwing things, and I have to say that my departments, I'm proud of you, you've all held your head high. You have been through the mud because of me, and I apologize to each and every single one of you for having to deal with the nonsense that comes along with the elections, because our building and grounds team is absolutely incredible, and the things that have been thrown at them, our animal shelter, far none, like amazing. My office, Clara, you are like the heart and soul of our office and do so much. And for somebody to even question what you do when it doesn't come from the other side, nobody questions the village or how much people get paid or the fact that people are making over 6 figures. And, it honestly disgusts me that poor people that work for our town has to be pulled into our election. Joey, you've been a part of it, and everybody says the same thing. I can't wait for these next few weeks to be over because nobody wants to be a part of it anymore. They come here to do a job. This is their job. If you want to come after me, I have no problem with that. But you come after the people that work here. You go after our police department and make them the police department of the rocks and the shopping carts and the garbage and whatever. They have a job to do. And I am extremely proud of every single one of my departments and how they have kept it together through this election. And, I have to just say that I hope that people can find peace in this. I hope that people can come together. Yesterday was Mayor McQueenan's birthday, and, we lost him a few months ago, and it still breaks my heart because that man, when he called me and told me that he wanted me to run, I couldn't believe somebody who loved our community so much and cared so much for this community and fought every day, that I lost him. And he carried me through every single election. He told me how to hold my head up high, and sometimes when I felt like I couldn't go on, he knew exactly what to say to me to get me back on my feet. And I miss him every single day, and I know how much he cared about our community. And I just hope that all of us on this board make him proud. I hope that whichever way the election goes, everybody is proud. I hope the division will stop. I hope people can work together. I hope people can realize that every person that's running has the same interest at heart, which is to do the best thing for Woodbury. There's nobody out there to hurt somebody. There's nobody out there to do something. There's no vindictiveness. There is just people running to do the right thing. And I hope that after this election, we can heal and that this will stop. But I had to say something because it has been a disgusting road. And, this is my 5th election and it doesn't get any prettier. But I'm extremely shocked this year on what has happened. And I wish every person that's running good luck. And I hope whoever wins, and everybody acts like adults, and we all work together. And if there has to be another transition, and I have to help whoever steps into my seat, I will be there to help them and make sure that they do the best job that they can, and to carry on all the work that we have done and all the grants that we have brought in. Because to me, the most important thing is that Woodbury gets everything that they need and deserve. So, with that, we had incredible interviews before this meeting for people to get onto the Parks Committee and the Beautification Committee. So I'm going to move to make a motion.
Supervisor Luciani, there is one more thing.
Oh, thank you.
I got it right here if you want me to.
I can read it. I put it in the thing, but thank you, Clara. I think you sent it to me. We just want to advise everybody that Zumas, who works for the Water Department, wants to advise that the Water Department has a gentleman by the name of Brian Baxter driving around Strawtown area, my area, and possibly parts of Timber Ridge starting tonight, October 16, 2025, from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. doing leak detections for us. He should be out 1 to 2 nights doing this, and Jason notified the police department in the event that a homeowner feels uncomfortable when they see a slow-moving vehicle driving through their neighborhood in the middle of the night. So if you see something like that, you know, probably the water department. So, you know, just wanted to make you all aware. And again, now I will move back into, I'm gonna move to make a motion that the town board enter into an executive session for personnel and attorney-client with no intention to act after.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. I hope all of you get home safe.